So if this is your first time here, thank you for being here. This is going to be a cool experience because you're not only just going to be moving your body, but you're also going to be learning a lot, not just about our bodies itself, but about yourself too. So whenever I start movement, I always start opening up the lymph nodes because if you think about it like driving on the highway and there's a traffic jam, everything is slow, it's crammed, you can't move, and there's a lot of frustration going on. So similarly, that is like our detox system in our bodies, that if it's blocked, then whenever you're moving, it's going to be a slow release detoxification process. So let's open up the lymph nodes, clear those channels so that lymphs can drain, that your body's working better as a whole, and you're actually supporting your immune system. So there's 6 areas that are the big main points of the lymph nodes, and we're going to go through them and see if you can start to memorize that. So anytime that you're going to the gym or doing any movement, you'll be able to incorporate this and it'll help reduce a lot of inflammation in the body. So also to know, our body likes momentum and it likes kind of a rhythm. So as we clear out the lymph nodes, we're going to have it, 1, be able to count to 10, and 2, it's going to be on a beat of a metronome. It's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't want it to be too fast. You also don't want it to be too slow. Obviously, you can gauge it a little bit, but it's going to support you in tremendous ways. You might notice some detox symptoms after, whether it be like a stuffy nose or being a little bit fatigued. These are very, very mild symptoms, and I'm sure that if you're here, you've moved your body before, so it's going to be a smooth process. So we're first going to start with the collarbone area. So if this is your first time here, just do one at a time so you can kind of learn. If you've been here before, then you can do multiple or do it at the same time. I'll go with you on the first round. We're just going to slowly start with our clavicle area. So we're going to have 2 fingers going above and below our clavicle, our collarbone area, and tap. The other side. Notice what you feel in this clavicle area too. Does it feel stiff? Does it feel a little soft? Kind of explains a lot about what's going on in the body. Now the back of our neck, we're going to slide up and down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Tap. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're going to go under the armpit area, the auxiliary lymph. So you're going to take your hand right under the armpit and you're just going to kind of slide it. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's do the other side. Hope you can hear me with the microphone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to go to the belly. So we're going to first go up and down. You can use your knuckles if that feels better for you. And then side to side. So we have 600 to 700 lymph nodes in the body and tap, and 1/3 of it is actually in the head and neck area. So it's super important to not just move the whole body, but also move the muscles of the head. And we're going to go to the groin. So right between the bikini line and tap. And then behind the knees. We don't have any lymphs in our ankles actually, but our calves are one of the most important muscles because it brings blood flow back to the heart. That's exactly a reason why we're going to start to bounce. We're going to be bouncing for about 30 seconds to a minute. And as we bounce, it's going to help kind of push everything in the limbs out. And I'm going to explain some rules or guidelines for this yoga flow. So the first and foremost, most important thing is finding your edge. Knowing what your edge is going to allow a better rapport and relationship with your body. If your body is screaming in pain, discomfort, if you cannot breathe fully, you notice the shallow breath, or your body is quivering and shaking, that means you've gone way beyond your edge. It's activating the sympathetic nervous system, the flight or fight, and the stress response versus the parasympathetic, the rest and digest. So we want to make sure that we're meeting our body's needs. It's not about what the yoga pose looks like, it's about what it feels like. From here, your body's going to invite you into that space and it's going to allow you to have a deeper connection with your body. My biggest thing with these yoga tips is that if I cue a pose and your body wants to try something else, then by all means, listen to what your body wants. This is a relationship with your body and seeing how can you listen to your intuition, to what your body's needs and craves are. Yes, I can guide you and maybe you're still learning, but become curious about what is your body speaking to you, because it's always giving you a signal, trying to tell you what it needs. Our body is so far more intelligent than what our mind is, and it's important that we can respect and have that correlation with our body. Last and foremost, I encourage you to move intentionally through every yoga flow, through everything that you do, because what you do on the mat is exactly how you operate off of the mat. And so when we can be more intentional with our movement, with our muscles, it's actually taking less energy to move with intention than for your body to compensate in areas that are slacking. And so my number one biggest tip for you is to kind of pretend like you're on a paddle board or you're balancing a book on your head. It creates an energetic movement of your body being erect. It's being present. It's being activated versus kind of like hunched over and aimlessly moving your body. We want to be intentional with it. When we take care of our body, we start to utilize and allow each cell to operate its purpose the way that it's meant to, versus what you don't use, you lose. So within every yoga flow, you might notice some little muscles that you didn't have before, you didn't really pay attention to. So see if you can have fun with this, explore it a little bit, and moving with purpose, moving with intention. The other thing that might help with the way that we move our bodies versus just pretending like we're on a paddleboard or balancing a book on our head is our navel. So a lot of yoga teachers will say, bring your belly button towards your spine. Now the thing with this is when you bring your belly button towards the spine, you're only going horizontally backwards versus you want to lift it back and up. It's erect. So what I like to say is there's a diagonal line between your belly button and your heart. And so we want to suck your belly button into that heart space area. What this will do it will help engage the core, activate the whole belly and the back. It's going to make your presence known, but most importantly, it's going to alleviate any extra pressure or sensations on our joints. So it says muscles turn on so we can utilize our muscles properly, and the joints are there just for support. So we release any of that extra pressure, our navel is up and in, and you will notice that you might feel a little weightless even just having that conception as you breathe and as you move. It's a practice, it's a journey, and it'll only get easier and better with time. With that being said, let's get started and let's move our bodies.